Hi, so I just bought FIFA 22 and I just love career mode, so that's why I bought it actually, because I learned that there are many cool changes, many new features, and here we are just starting a new manager career. You can start your typical career in a tactic club, or what is new, create your club, which is very cool. I will change the name from this team FC. I just had a reflection that the big city like London has many teams, but none is called London. And so I'm gonna call it after the royal family, Royal London. Invincible, that's a great name. Once we finish, we click advance. And now we need to decide in which league to play. Okay, League 2. Replace the worst team, let's say Carelessly United. Probably. Now here we can customize the kit. Let's see. Okay, as a primary color, let's customize the crest. Yeah, that's the one. And now we can build the stadium. So let's see the options here. Okay, home stadium. Let's start renaming the stadium. So I chose the London Millennium Palace. And now I'm gonna choose a stadium with a high capacity. So I don't know if then there will be a high maintenance cost, because even with the high capacity I will have very few people before. Plus it will not be very cool to, the cool part is if we are allowed to upgrade the stadium over time. So maybe let's do something like this one, 24,000. Let's see the stands, stadium color. So of course we want to be in our gray club color. See, gray. Pitch, grass. What are the options? Checker large, large horizontal. That's it. The net. Many options, but vertical, black and white. Gold song. Oh, that's cool. Okay, so I'm gonna pick the walkout hunter, the West Ham United, because I don't want to steal it from my direct competitor. Not okay. So now we can make the selection. So I want to start from the very beginning. So my overall rating will be the worst possible. Very young team. Transfer budget. Okay, it's $1 billion to $1 million. Okay, so here you have the sugar daddy. Annoyed by the board. So small club, that's great. there will not be any pressure. I can develop my team. Last step, career setting. This is the standard, so world class if you play the game. That's the level I'm playing. Dollars, transfer window, international job offers. Okay, I'll keep it on. And lose negotiation. Financial takeover is disabled. And that's it. So let's start now. So we start our history with the preseason tournament. If we win, we double the transfer budget. So of course I'll go for the... Now let's take a look at the new game. Normally I don't expect a lot of changes in the normal interface. So here we can see the training day. There is an option, okay, Lionel Messi, welcome to Paris Saint-Germain. Vision expectations. When you start the season, always look at the objectives. Okay, so the start with a confidence rating of 80 out of 100. And if you don't deliver these goals, the score goes down. When you go to 50, you get sacked. So here the important goals are youth development and financial. Okay, so for youth development, we need to sign 4 players in youth academy, each for role. And the other is within 2 seasons, sign 1 youth player to the senior team and play them in 10 matches. Okay, so this is the one I need to do. Second is to make a 70 million profit from youth player sale within 2 seasons. Wow, 70 million for a League 2 club, it's a lot. There is, you start always from your squad. Okay, so the scheme, how you want to play, depends on what players you have. Therefore, before you even discuss the scheme, we look at the squad. Okay, that's all the same as the usual. And the way I do it, first I go on overall and I click on the square button to sort them. Okay, so these are my top players. The first guy already is called Moody, so that's not a very good start. He is crucial. Okay, so, and I use my system is that I use the number 1 to 11 for the starters and 12 to 22 for the backup. The youth players, which are additional to the roster, I always try to have a roster of 22 players plus few youth. They get the number 23, 4, 25. And all the other players in transfer list, they get the number from 99 going down. Okay, so here, center midfielder, change the kit number, is number 8. Okay, so I get, for now, I need to start somewhere. So I will start with my best players. Center back, number 5. Another center back, 26-year-old, number 6. Okay, and if the player is too old, even if it's good, I will sell it. And here we have a forward, 62. So for now I go with him. And that's it. All the players below 60, I consider them garbage. So after all this work, I have a team, basically my roster. I have a defense with 2 very weak wing backs. For now, I'll go with them. I need to keep an eye. Also, one of the contract is expiring. And then I have 2 decent central backs. Okay, and 1 expiring. 1 central midfielder. And 1 striker. He's young, but I mean not the top. And that's it. A couple of backups. So a very, very, very tiny team. So what I do now, I have gone into the hub. I have my team for now, which has 3 central midfielder, 2 attacking. I don't like this. I like to play with the 4-4-2, so I'm gonna change first of all the formation. 4-4-2 holding, 4-4-2 flat. That's my team normally. Okay, then you can change 2 striker or 1 striker and 1 attacking midfielder. This is the starting team. I need to now adjust the starting team based on the ranking I've just done. I will do this later. But just for you, I mean, it's quite straightforward. They are so bad, the others, so I have all my starting defenders already in place with my back goalkeeper. And here I have Hog, which is the guy retiring. Yeah. And then I have no wings at all. So for now I have a center midfielder. You see the exclamation point means the guy is not playing in this position. And so he's reducing his value. In this case it's so bad it doesn't reduce more. In this other case instead he's losing 2 points because he's a central forward and he's playing into a striker position. That's very easy to fix. You click on the square, you can move him, and then you choose central forward, and now you see you don't get the penalty. At least the guy is only at 58. Since I do that, I will also take advantage to adjust my tactic because I'm a terrible. I think I need to play very defensive. So you see the drop back is the most defensive. I will play with limited width and limited depth. See, if you increase the depth you are like a Sarri ball. Instead I actually should even be more conservative. I'll set it up at 40. And then again I will be a long ball, chance creation. Yeah, when you have again a crappy team, it's better to be in forward runs, I think. Avoid direct passing or balance. I go with balance. And in attack, again, my crossing will be terrible, but probably that's only one of the few options I have to attack and score. So I increase the width to 70. Players in the box, I leave in defensive. I have my game plan done. I have looked at the team. I have sorted the decent and not decent. I check the objective. Now what is left to do? We need to look for players, of course, and we need to set up our scouting. So let's start from them. I am scared to look at our striker, our scout picture. Let's see. Okay, I have a scout which is a 3-star. That's not too bad actually given where I am, and another 3-star and a 2-star that I am tempted to fire him. It's too bad. Yeah, I'm gonna fire this guy. Okay, then I have my scout is assigned in England, of course, and another one is available. Let's assign him right away. So there are really, it's not worth to assign a scout to the small countries. It's totally waste of time. Just the 5 big leagues, that's enough. Also remember, if you assign in South America, the work permit can be a problem. So I'll go to Spain. But it will be hard to attract foreigners to a crappy league, so I'm better off going in Scotland, just because I cannot assign 2 scouts in the same place. Now, in terms of instruction, I don't like any of this. Very specialistic. I always have 3 instructions. First, any position, attributes, promising, and young. So normally 16 to 21, any contract. Okay, so that's my number 1 instruction. Number 2, if you are in the top league, of course you will go with the world-class player. Instead here, the other one, I will look for players expiring contract. okay, because this will be a huge source of money. You can hire them when they're 6 months out of contract and then resell them. So I set just a maximum age of 28 because and higher 21. Less than 21 you cannot hire them. But okay, if he's playing in another league you may. So let's say 19 to 28, that's good enough. Expiring contract, and then I will put as an attribute first team quality. First team quality means they are players which are in average rating in line with your team average rating. Okay, so they're not total dogs. And that's it. Okay, so I have promising, any position. Now there is one role where I would like to invest, and that is the goalkeeper, because a good goalkeeper fix a lot of problems. And so I would like to have, since my strategy is the youth players, always go with promising. And I will go, yes, a bit broader. World class cannot. First team quality is the other one. Yeah, let's go 21. I want to have okay, so I have player out of contract and promising. Okay, so now what I need to do is I need to clear up the current scouting with the old criteria. But before I do that, let me see what we got here. So whenever you have a player, you click with the circle and you check the exclamation point. In this case is a expiring contract in 12 months. But in other cases you will have a hint on the potential, and you know, if it's, let's say, has potential to be special, hire him immediately if you have the chance. Okay, you don't have enough information to know the value, although from this screen, if you see so much red in the summary, you know this guy is crap. So I'll remove it. I will remove this player. They are horrible, wasting my time. Okay, so just want to clean up this old screen. Okay, we don't need let me see, contract expiring though. Okay, we can keep in our search, it will appear there, so don't need to keep in the search. And this other search is new. Okay, so we're done the scouting. Then in the transfer hub it's all empty now. So here, when you add the player to the short list, they will be here. Here you will see which offer you have purchased, and then here you will receive offers, loan, transfer, swaps, and here is the list of players all on the transfer list. Also, what you can do, and actually I'm gonna go do now, both to demonstrate and for pragmatic sense, the few players that you decide not to sell, what you do, you block offers, so nobody can buy them. Okay, I don't know who would like to buy these players, but at least the reason I do that is that I may get offers for them, I sell them, and then I need to replace even these guys. So at least for those 4 players, for now I will block the offers. Okay, I will renew the contracts later on, because once you renew the contract now, you're gonna use budget, which can be very precious. So now what we do, we can do 2 things. First, we go into the player search, since I'm giving you. Okay, so given our fantastic budget, we'll go into free agents. Okay, let's start, as I don't know how many there are. Because these are free agents, I'm gonna go with a minimum age of 21 and a maximum of 30. Okay, let's see what's available. Okay, there are two goalkeepers, one from I don't know, is Qatar or some country, forget about it. But then I have an Australian. Okay, so I will shortlist and view in the transfer hub. Okay, so here it is. Let me approach to sign. With the X you skip. Okay, it wants to be crucial. This is the critical moment. Whenever a player asks you a squad role crucial or important, you learn that his value, its rating, is above your team average. Okay, so this guy will be a 60 plus, probably 65 plus. So that's very good. It's good to know. So I'm gonna go. If instead you received from the player a sporadic or rotation, you know that the player will be below average, and so you don't waste your time. So I accept. Then again, let's keep all this blah blah blah. Okay. So now I've offered him $5,000 in salary. He's counter asking for signing bonus and clean sheet bonus. I'm going to negotiate. Offer 24,000, slightly higher salary, no clean sheet, and I'm sure he's accepting. Yes. Good, deal done. Let's see what we got for $25,000. Here, number one, crucial, good. Now my defense is the strongest part of the team. But I wanted to show you some other feature of the game. Create a second team sheet for the backup. Now I don't have a backup team, so the players I haven't bothered yet. But the objective of this is that you need to alternate your players. If you play always with the same 11, they will injure, they will tired, and the guys on the bench will be upset and they don't grow in value. So when you have easier games, you play the backup sheet. Instead of changing the player one by one, you simply switch with the R between the default and the backup. What is important is to set up the development plan. Also, I'm going to block the player for sale because now I want to hold on them. And when you go on the development plan, you have the option to training for growth, so to grow the overall rating. I already optimized this. You see, normally you start with the balance as the default. It will take you 19 weeks to get to 69. But if you move and you see the other option as a sweeper keeper, it's only 6 weeks. So you set in for that. Okay. And then the other things to consider, you can add the players for loan. You can change the kit number, and then you can negotiate the contract. If you do instead a non-goalkeeper, for example a left back, you can train for growth, or if you click R2 you can change to position. So it's a left back, you can make it a right back. If you just change side, it's super fast, only 2 weeks you transform into a right back. That's very useful when you have, let's say, 3 left back and 0 right back. Otherwise, just go for growth. And so in this case we're going to put Logan 15 weeks as a defensive wide back, and so on. So you can do this with the rest of the team. Remember to check the contract, but renew the contract later on. First, use your budget to buy players because the team is terrible as it is. Then in the transfer we saw the transfer network, search players, you can look at your transfer history. And then it's important look at the youth staff and youth academy. As a youth staff, we only have one scout, very poor, is only 1 star, but I need him because one of my objectives is to hire to the youth academy 4 players. So I have set it up, just 3 months, $70,000. But later on, if you are coming from the bottom leagues, the youth scout is one of the most important investment to make, because with the good scout you can find a star player. Send the youth scout always to Brazil or Argentina, and you can find a couple of superstars already when you are in League 2. So that's very, very important. But they cost money. A 4 or 5 star youth scout costs $4 or $5 million. And then look at the team you start, because you always start with the youth academy. Also here you can do the development plan. This allows your players to grow faster. I've already optimized it, so there's no point here in doing it again. But in this case, only 3 weeks, and you will get to level 54. And you can rank them by potential. At the beginning, the potential range is very broad because you don't know the player. Now this guy Salmon is minimum 71 to maximum 94. So we're gonna hold on him and let's wait to see the progress. Now, because I bought the FIFA just as early release, I think I qualify for the homegrown talent. I'm not sure if this Salmon is my homegrown talent, because the potential is quite interesting, and I need to promote one player from the youth academy, so this could be the one. There is one way I can do it. I can promote him right away. Let's see. I go to the squad. Sort them by role. So he's a left midfielder where I don't have a role. There you go. No, it just says at the club since 2021. Okay, so anyway, I don't have a left midfielder. I will change the kid number. I will put him as my backup left midfielder. List. Development plan, let's see if it's fast. It's the same as we had before. So 4 weeks. Let's see. Probably was too early to do. Then you have the finance view, where you can see the transaction, the budget. You can change with the left joystick, you can change the allocation between transfer and wage budget. But it's automatically adjusted anyway, so it doesn't make a big difference. You saw already the board expectations. Here you have a summary of your career, as usual. It doesn't change. And here you can browse for jobs. Now the season just started, so there are no jobs available. And then the typical season view. So the game interface is pretty much the same. Here the big change is the ability to create your own club. So that's it for now. I will now go on to buy a bunch of free agents and try to build a decent team to compete and to generate money, because if I can get the free agent, I can resell them later on. So that concludes this first episode of the Royal London Challenge. Hope to bring this team from League 2 to win the Champions League. Slowly, it will be a long journey, but very enjoyable. I hope you follow me through this journey, and in parallel I will start playing challenges with existing club, like high profile clubs, like winning with the Real Madrid, the Champions League, while cutting salaries, for example, and things like that. So hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel. So long.